Do you hear that? The music. I don't know why. It sounds romantic, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we'll continue with our story quest. We need to visit Rohawi. Oh my god. The music though. Why is the music here so romantic? This is like the kind of music you play in the background of a candlelight dinner. Right? Oh my gosh. Oh, where am I supposed to go? Here?
All the cumbersome tasks again.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Ooh, the stash just threw me off.
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari?
He's shocked.
Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Oh, he was peer-reviewed by Tainari, and Tainari was like, your results? It's very questionable, you know. It's not very convincing. This publication is trash. It's rejected. Not for publication or not for publishing. We're not here to discuss academics.
Here! This is a letter from Tainari!
Oh, let me see... Oh! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha.
Let me just Google it for you.
Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
So the Akasha seems like sentient because it can choose to respond and not respond to queries. Is that how it is?
What?
Is it an AI?
What about your abilities for getting information and all that?
Sorry, I just Google everything.
I was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, as they said, knowledge is managed as a resource. So the Akasha chooses what information people should know and restricts some information because they don't need to know these things. Man, that's a little bit too restrictive, don't you think? You're in a place wherein research is a common activity, right? So the endeavor seeks to gain more and more information and truth, but the Akasha system limits what information you can get. So what's the point in researching when the amount of knowledge you're able to get is limited, right? You're only up to here. You can't go way past that. That's so shitty. Like, I might as well be a merchant and just get more. Ooh, it's the music again. Yes, I'm dancing. Whoa.
All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Sorasthana or made a public appearance.
What?
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
Oh my god, this music though, it's just the regular music. Theme for the city. Wow.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Oh, she's a recluse. Oh my god, she's a neat. And she just relies on the Akasha system, aka the internet. Oh my god, this just hits way too close to home.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas.
Ugh, I don't want to ask around.
And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom.
Ooh. That's wise words from Rohawi. Yes. You should not rely everything on the internet, right? A lot of people, they just Google stuff, right? Many youngsters especially do not see value in going to school or education because, you can just Google everything. Like, what's the point in going to school and learning stuff? Just Google everything. But no, okay? You should not rely on the internet. Oh, I mean, the Akasha. There's a lot of things that you cannot obtain from the internet, right? Experience, relationships, forming bonds with people, those kind of things.
Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years.
Wow.
But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
I guess if he just works alone, he is the main researcher for those projects, then I guess it makes sense to publish 3 in a year. But you can publish more if you collaborate, right? Work with people on different projects. You're not gonna be the main author though.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me.
Ooh, I want to know, can you search up the person named, we haven't met him yet, but we just know, Al-Haytham? And maybe perhaps Sino as well. Are they single? No, I'm kidding. By area of
Hey,
expertise?
come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
Mm.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low it's like digging holes in the dirt.
Paimon, that's so rude. Don't say it in front of him. My gosh.
So what do we do now? Even if we want to talk to someone, we don't know anybody here.
There's still another person we know. Who? Lisa. I so want Lisa to have some sort of involvement in the main Archon quests. Right? Especially in relations to the academia. Like, isn't she supposed to be this grand mage? Like the best student for 200 years, right? Something like that. So, where is she?
Huh? Like who?
Ooh, Catherine.
Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Let's go. Rohawi.
Anything else you'd like to ask about? Sage is the highest rank for an academia researcher. Since the institution's founding, each of the 6 great sages represent the finest mind and leader of their respective darshan.
So darshan is like a field of study, right?
One grand sage is chosen from among the 6 sages to serve as the head of the academia. The current one is Sage Azar of the Ratawahist Darshan.
Okay, so Ratawahist, so that's how you say that. Ratawahist Darshan. What is Ratawahist though? We learned that Amurta is biology. How come they didn't put anything on top of that? What is Ratawa Hist? Sage Azar.
Since ancient times, the sages have contributed immensely to Sumeru. The widespread usage of the Akasha is thanks to their hard work. Anything else you'd like to ask about? I just knew you'd be curious about that. Although the 6 Darshans conduct research in different disciplines, their sages frequently interact with one another when managing academia affairs. In the Amorta, our leader is Sage Nafis. His temper is legendary.
Wow, you could have a
The
legendary
researchers are
temper.
terrified of him, and even the Grand Sage gives him some leeway.
Didn't know you can have a temper that can be so legendary.
He hasn't shown his face lately, though. Rumor has it that he's currently involved with some major project. Thankfully, he's been so busy that I was able to publish a paper.
What? If he was not busy, he won't be able to publish a paper. Oh, because he'll be reviewing the paper. Like, this paper is shit. Rejected.
Anything else you'd like to ask about?
Okay. Well, good to
See
know.
ya.
Good to know.
Take a page out of my book and learn to look on the bright side of things.
Aw. It's not such a bad guy. Rohawi. Ooh, hello. What's a vizier? Nizam vizier? Hello, I am the vizier. What is a vizier though? My name is Nizam, and vizier is my title. I'm responsible for administrative matters in the Grand Bazaar and Treasure Street on behalf of the Academia. At least, that's what the official document says. In reality, I mostly deal with trivial matters. Anything the Mahamata don't want to deal with gets passed on to me. Mahamata? What is that too? It said something about electing a new Grand Conservator, and things having gotten busier. Just another excuse. Grand Conservator? Simply put, it's the director of the House of Daina in the Academia. Everyone is free to request knowledge from the Akasha, but the access to some important texts and primary sources requires the approval of the Grand Conservator. So the scholars of the Academia are very concerned about this matter. It doesn't matter to me, but Vikram and I had drinks together, so I can't support him, or else it may look rather suspicious. Okay. Nice chat. Didn't make sense to me. Can you please explain what this Vizier and Grand Conservator things are? For example, when it comes to the birthday of Lesser Lord Kusanali, residents nearby would come to the Academia to apply for funds to hold the Sub-Zeros festival. But ever since the departure of Greater Lord Rukadevara, the higher-ups stopped organizing the festival. They're not responsible for dealing with questions and doubts from the residents. In the end, I'm the one who has to smooth things out. I have to handle all kinds of things. But as much as I complain about it, I'm still going to do as I should. Oh my god, how many OSTs are in this city?
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
Ooh, is that the Borneo
I
thingy?
apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
What? Personal memory? You could just say memory. Why does it have to be personal memory? Does she have like a personal memory and a different memory? Because she's a robot, right? I don't know. That's not yet confirmed, but everybody thinks so.
Aww, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Let's call Lisa. Hello, Lisa
Please do not
girl.
worry. I may know of someone who can help you two.
Lisa girl, are you done with your pink venom?
In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of 30's headquarters, the Citadel of Rexar. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck. We look forward to your exploits in Sumeru.
Alright, off to the Citadel of Rexar we go!
Citadel of Rexar. Okay, so that place. Ooh, what is this with a kettle sign? What is this? Oh, it's a cafe. Enter cafe. Wow, look at this. And of course, it would have banger music. Let me just... Waiter! Can I have the menu, please? Maoyo? Moyo? Hello there. Buying coffee at night, aren't you? I guess you're a night owl just like me. Of course I am. Nighttime is precious, and it'd be a waste if we didn't use it properly. Look at this coffee shop. It's a very popular one, and has provided me with a great deal of precious intel. Adventurers' commissions, clues to treasure maps, and business opportunities for new toys. Every piece of information contributes to my career as a freelancer. Well, although the tavern might be a better source of information, I just can't hold my liquor, so I have to give up on it. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just too sensual. Mayo! Call me! Ah! Ooh, who is this? Look at this dancing! Today's coffee is the same as yesterday's. Veteran of Corps of 30. It's not bad, or as what the people here might say, it's pretty good. Everyone loves peace and quiet. Although I'm not really used to it, there's nothing to complain about. Drinking coffee every day, lazing about, passing each day slowly. I feel like my days are longer than when I was in the Corps of 30. The acting manager makes me the same coffee every day, and says I should be as used to peace as the nearby residents here. A day like that will probably come in the future. Yeah, I've come to realize that lately. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to my old chaotic lifestyle. But it doesn't look like someone who's retired though. Those muscles, you can still work. You can work for me. Hi, you can be my bodyguard. Student and researcher. Ooh. Bitch, you can't sit here. Am I intruding? Am I third wheeling? Ooh, sister. Brother and sister. I'm sorry. My dear sister, may I ask, a favor? Why are you talking to me like that? Don't tell me you've got yourself into some trouble at the academia. No, not at all. Everything's fine with school. I just want to borrow your thesis. Don't worry, I won't copy them. I just need some reference material, says every guy. Since every student who copied their work is like, oh, let me borrow your stuff. I'm not gonna copy it, I'm just gonna use it for reference. Yeah, that's what they are for reference only. Well, I can lend them to you, but my research back then is probably out of date now. What's more, if it's something of reference value, it's probably already archived in the Akasha. Why don't you apply for access? Oh, you have to apply for access. Instead of borrowing my out-of-date thesis, why don't you discuss your ideas with top students in your school? My roommate is indeed a top achiever, albeit achieving too much. No one can understand the things he writes in his assignments except for our mentors. Speaking of him, I bet he must be burning midnight oil now. I should bring him some food and coffee on my way back. He seems thoughtful, but... Ooh! A lot of them have droopy eyes here in Sumeru, right? Hello, cat.
Acting cafe manager in Tekka. At your service.
Ooh. Welcome. A good cup of coffee will keep you energized all day. This is Puspa Cafe, and I'm the acting manager here. If you're a first-time customer, why don't you tell me what your preferences are? Then, I can recommend you a coffee that will suit your tastes. Do you like your coffee sweet? Or do you prefer it more on the bitter side? Stronger or milder? Whatever your preferences, no matter how offbeat, I can make something to your liking. Oh my god. The music though! About the cat? You must have spotted Gata. Gata's not even a year old yet, so she's still a very curious kitty. Whenever I read people's fortunes from the... Ooh, she reads fortunes? Can you read my fortune? She'll jump up to watch. If you'd like, you can give her head a good pat. She'll get happy and start purring. Meow. And you'll get to enjoy the softest feeling in the world. Yay! Looks like you're a cat lover too. Here's a tip for you, my friend. Gata prefers fowl to fish. If Gata eats the fowl you feed her, then she must be willing to be your friend. Can I feed her? How do I feed her? Here. Kitty! I got some fowl! Ooh, they've got a storyteller too. How can I keep people interested in hearing my stories? I just drank the the acting manager's coffee that she brought over. I feel fine physically, but my mental state is troubling. Everyone clearly liked my hero stories at first, so why are they rarely coming to hear them now? Have sophisticated mighty heroes already fallen out of fashion? I don't think that's a problem. Really? Then why does everyone leave before the story even gets going? Some guests from afar have even said that the stories aren't as fresh as those from Liyue about gods descending to the battlefield, or maid knights fighting against giant mechanical beasts and the like. Oh, that's Noelle. But those stories sound simply outrageous. I find it really hard to accept a story that can't immerse listeners with a sense of realism. That's the problem, though. That's kind of the selling point of stories. They kind of be like something that isn't in real life. It's fantasy, right? Like, if it's too realistic, then it's boring. I mean, some movies and stories are like super realistic, but you gotta make it dramatic. Ooh, the mood change. Wait, I haven't talked to the guy here. He was hot. A relaxed mantra? What? Did he say off-meta combo?
The legend of the ancient hero, Antara, is
I must win! Even just once! And win what? Don't you know? It's Genius Invocation TCG! The greatest craze in all of Sumeru! Maybe even in all of Teyvat. Is that the card game that Ito is playing? I know that's going to be a thing, right? That's going to be a thing. Obviously. Hoyo has been hinting at it. The varied decks, the unpredictable turns, it is all so fascinating. That's how all my vacation was, just somehow spent playing cards or studying how to play. Interesting. You think so too? Then you should come to Puspa Cafe more often. It has people fighting tooth and nail every day. I mean, fighting in Genius Invocation TCG, of course. If someone started an actual fight, the acting manager would flip out before I did. Say, are you free now? I want to show you the new deck I built. And maybe you can help me figure out how I can win with it. Oh, he gave me stuff. I'll think about my research topic before Naya finds a new counter card. What? Well, you know the popular card game, Genius Invocation TCG? It was invented in Sumeru and then spread throughout Teyvat via Inazuma. Via Inazuma, did Ito help propagate that? I think so. I'd only heard about this game before, but never tried it. Then one day, I came here to have a coffee and Nayab invited me to play around. I was scared out of my wits at first. I thought I'd inadvertently let slip some forbidden knowledge about the Scarlet King and that the Matras had found me. But it was fine in the end. After this Matra came over, it was just a few bizarre deck questions from there. That isn't the sort of thing I'm good at. I just ask the questions. As for the solutions, I let him work them out for himself. It's pretty hard. Tell me about it. By the time he comes up with a solution, my sisters and I might have already finished our researches. However, doing research is similar to playing cards. You need to think out of the box to make a breakthrough.
Hey, where's everybody going?
Ooh, thanks for that. I need that. Oh my god. Ooh, let's check out their blacksmith. A hanger? Oh, good. He doesn't have crazy hair like the one in Inazuma. Can I craft already the new weapons? Oh, or do I need to find the recipes for those? No, I can't. Why are you sad? Why are you so sad? What can I do for you? Sorry, I was dozing off and didn't notice you. Not so much tired as bored. Don't you think it's easier to fall asleep in noisy places like a theater or market? There's no one from the academia around the theater anyway, so I'm not under watch. When Azra isn't asking me to run after Suwoof, and no students insist on taking pictures with Nilo. Nilo? Oh, this is the place? Dozing off is all I've got left. You need to have a phone. A smartphone so you can preoccupy yourself. Ooh. Treasure appraiser extraordinaire. Someday, I'm going to inherit the family business and run it even better than father. You may call me Master Treasure Appraiser, prospective antiques collector, and future prominent businessman Feresht. When it comes to appraising treasure and collecting antiques, my sole objective is to surpass father. Then there will be no one better than me. As for the business side of things, I have two more formidable opponents to defeat. You got an older brother. One is that sly Suleika. With that silvery tongue of hers, she's able to sell something as cheap as a rug at a high price. I'm not gonna lose to her. The other is that Lord Sangema Bay, often mentioned by Father. Don't know who that is yet, but Father makes it sound like there's someone even more impressive. It doesn't matter. A powerful adversary is all the more worth the challenge. Just wait and see. Okay. Are you the dad? Khalid? Ooh. All the jewels we currently have for sale have already been reserved. You mean what we have in the shop? Most are from my personal collection and are just for display. You're not selling me anything. I'm an antique collector and I sell jewelry here and there. Precious antiques are worth treasuring. And their prices are also out of the budgets of ordinary people, so it's not about making sales for me. What I do care about is whether I can get more vendors and as discerning as Lord Sangema Bay to supply me with the most valuable collector's items. That is to say, trading is more like my side business. As for my main business, I suppose that would be to raise my son into a collector with taste as astute as my own. Feresh is a gifted child. I'm certain he can become an even more renowned antiques appraisal expert than me. Father first, business second. I like that, but don't put too much pressure on the child, okay? Like, what do I know? I'm not I'm not a parent. Ooh, hello, Mansoor. I never thought that ironworking would be so much more interesting than writing essays. I'm a researcher from the Academia, Amorta. Academia's Amorta. I came to the blacksmiths because I'm being I'm doing some research for a paper I'm writing on air pollution. Being oppressed? Why are you being oppressed? Anyway, I never imagined that I would develop such an interest in ironworking after having a look at it, and I unwittingly became Mr. Hangar's apprentice. It seems a little too late to back out now. Mr. Hangar adopted a lot of kids. Ooh! He adopted father. But they all either became researchers or joined the Eremites. And yet somehow a researcher like me who worries over their dissertation all day has now become the only heir to his craft. Still, I'm telling you, ironworking is a heck of a lot more fun than writing papers. Not only has my stamina improved, my hair's even stopped falling out. What do you plan to do next? Well, at the moment, I'm simultaneously keeping the serious air pollution problem at the blacksmiths from the academia while prolonging my internship here with Mr. Ahanger. Mr. Ahanger looked quite pleased to finally have an apprentice. I can get by well enough with my wages, so I guess I'll just take it one step at a time for now. What about the thesis? Oh, please. Now, take this as a hush money. Please stop asking me about the thesis. I get a headache just hearing about it. He said that his hair stopped falling out. Damn, Mr. Ahanger, it's got a lot of adopted kids. Adopt me, daddy. Ooh, is this the crafting bench? Is this interpretation based on... lately, I've been studying something called Alchemical Divination. Ooh. You rely on intuition to randomly choose some things to conduct alchemy on. If it fails, and of course, most of the time it does fail, the ashes are used in divination. It's pretty much the same principles as divination of coffee grounds or leftover tea leaves. I've noticed that the girls in my class are really interested in that sort of thing, so there's no reason that alchemical divination shouldn't be just as popular, right? Is this a personal interest or is it purely academic? Can't it be both? My mentor kept shaking their head after I said that, according to legend, alchemical divination was invented by Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I don't think it's time to give up yet. I just need to work out the rationale for this interpretation, even the tiniest one. Then I can go back and discuss it with my mentor. Keep going at it. Oh, where am I supposed to go again? Wow, what is this place? Hey cards, talk to me. I need to get that teleport waypoint. Where is that? Oh my gosh, this place.
Your perspective is just
Your
tunnel
theory
visioning.
is just putting the cart before the horse.
Studying ancient history through linguistics and semiotics is tunnel visioning. It's impossible to draw any meaningful conclusions from it. This is where you Haravatat would make mistakes. See, Faruzan? You Vahumana are no better. Your sociological approach to history would be putting the cart before the horse. Ah! Oh my god, girl. He disappeared. What did you do? My gosh. It is meaningless to try to find some universal truths and norms that can explain all events throughout history. As for Peruzan, her points are out of date. Can't even be used as a reference. I beg to differ. As he just disappeared. Oop! She also disappeared. Everyone just disappears on me. It's like... the people are a lie! Ooh. They look like they're on a date. Melodious night breeze, be my words, express the daylight delights. Here I stand in the wind, just to hear your gentle sing along. What do you think of that? What do I think of what? The lovely poem I just composed. How does it make you feel? Is this for your literature class? I'm sorry, I don't quite get it. That's okay, just listen closely. How close? How close, Ziriam? How close?
What are you talking about?
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago.
Interesting.
Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't beg gods for their aid.
Ooh. It's like in Inazuma, right? Wherein you have Orobashi. It's like the people of Watatsumi have a different god. So the Eremites, they also have a different god, but their gods died off long ago. Died off or killed off. So they say died off, so maybe they just die. But gods don't just die, right? They just grow too old and then die. You'd think they'd be immortal, right?
It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavada and hold her in greater esteem.
That's interesting. This is like how a new Archon would preside over a nation. Because true, people would be more, would believe more of the previous Dendro just because you're appointed as the new Archon doesn't mean that the people would immediately just worship you or believe in you, right? So I think this is more like hinting at the Archon ship being more dependent on the people who worship you. It's not about you being just taking over, right? Because look at Inazuma. The Raiden Shogun does not have the Gnosis, right? Even before the Gnosis was taken from Yaemiko, so she didn't have a Gnosis. So a Gnosis is not the basis for you to become an Archon over a nation. I don't know, it's quite hard to explain. So does Lesser Lord Kusanali have the Gnosis? I would presume so. So even though she has the Gnosis, people don't believe in her. So although she's technically the Archon, but she's not really the Archon of Sumeru because largely the people believe or still believe in the greater Lord Rukadevara.
Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance.
That's her fault
And the
though.
Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Or maybe it's not her fault. Maybe she's never had a public appearance because the academia does not allow her to. Oh my gosh. The academia is so sus. Very sus. We have researchers who are going bald because they are oppressed. They're oppressed. And then the granny in Gandharvaville, she was saying that researchers there are unethical. Oh my gosh. And you have Lisa, who is like, nope, although I'm like very talented and I'm a very great scholar, I'm just going to retire as a librarian in Mondstadt. Live a simple life. Oh my god, that's like what the granny told us, right? Like, why compete with the unethical researchers? The simple life is the best life. That's what Lisa did. She went back to Mondstadt. Academia, very sus.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
Why not?
Alright, well, thanks for the info, Osfond.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking
I like
for
this.
information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems.
I like this walking cutscene with the dialogue.
Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Who is this?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord
Dunyarzad.
Kusanali's faithful followers.
But why you have a bandaged hand though?
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon.
Ooh. Can you tell us the legend?
Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him.
Calamity? 500 years ago?
Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament.
Is this Dane's leaf?
The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity.
Classic. Classic, like martial arts. Like you training, you do all the simple menial tasks. You keep asking your master to train you, but the master is just like, go clean the floor, go wash the dishes. And then after that, oh, all these menial tasks were the actual training. I'm now good. Wow.
At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Yeah, thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
What? Is discussion about Lesser Lord Kusanali forbidden? No. That is terrible, though.
Hey, wait!
She saw the core of 30. Is she going to be arrested if they ever found she was discussing Lesser Lord Kusanali with the traveler? Oh my gosh.
It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her?
Or maybe she was on a run from them to begin with. She had bandaged hands though, so what's up with that?
This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali. We can't let them get in the way now. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Dang.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Oh, wait, right. Most of the people here are wearing green outfits. She was wearing blue.
Did you see which direction she went?
What? Are we gonna telltale on her? No.
Yeah, she went that way.
What? Paimon!
Quick, after her!
Paimon, what? Oh.
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
I thought she pointed her. She pointed them at the correct direction. I'm like, Paimon, what? Stop! Okay, she misled them. Catch up with Dunyarzad. Dunyarzad.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
Why can't we just go to our teapot though?
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
Wouldn't the Akasha system be able to locate her location though? Enter the tavern. Ooh! Ooh, look at this. He's like Cyrus. The chocolate Cyrus. Hello. Check him out. Ooh! Hope the Academia will not interfere with adventurers' activity too much. Hi, I'm Kamal, a branch master of the Adventurers Guild. I'm a former mariner. I can give you some practical tips if you want to set sail on an adventure. If you want to go somewhere else in Sumeru, I can show the way as well. Yes. Can we hire you as a tour guide? Sumeru City was built on the Divine Tree, with the upper level for the Academia and the lower level for the common folks. Move up if you seek further education or get a promotion. For a steady life pace, Grand Bazaar is your choice. Researchers led by Greater Lord Ruka Devada cultivated a large rainforest right next to Sumeru City, which helped Sumeru survive the difficult times in the past. But it's not a good idea to delve too deep into the rainforest. Beasts and the withering can be deadly. Be sure to call a forest ranger for help in case of danger. There are plenty of places to stay near the rainforest, the Gandharvaville where forest rangers and Vanara gather, and the tranquil Vimara village. You name it. Further south is Port Ormos, the largest import and export port in Sumeru. Most people who travel to Sumeru by water would enter through the port. Going west across the caravan ribats, you will reach the desert. Somewhere in the desert lies the Scarlet King, a spot many adventurers often beat the path to. Scarlet King? But the environment is treacherous, and a small sandstorm alone can be foul enough for a trip. If you must go, you better find a reliable guide at Aru Village. Aru Village. Aru Village is on the edge of the desert and is friendly to tourists and traveling scholars. There seems to be an abandoned medical facility up there, and it was sealed off by the Academia. I know adventurers are mostly curious and don't really like the Academia or the Eremites bossing around with their plans. Still, that doesn't look like a great place for travel, so I don't advise you to be rash with your actions. Thank you, sir.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
Ooh! Girl! I didn't think they'd make an appearance. She'd make an appearance. So does that mean Alhaita will make an appearance in this patch? Oh my gosh. Because I thought in the trailer they just showed off the characters. I didn't expect them to make an appearance. Oh my god. I'm excited. I'm even more excited for Alhaitham. Sorry, girl. I'm supposed to be excited about you now. Ooh, hey, girl. Paimon.
My lady, who are these two?
Ooh, my lady. Is she like a mercenary, right?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
What? You all were searching for me?
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
Oh, is she supposed to be like a rich girl?
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Wow. So she's not the boss of her. She's just the bodyguard.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation.
Then explain the situation to us.
Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Hmm? Name that price.
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me
Quadruple.
some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles.
Mm-hmm. That's good. You know, because if you want to be hired over and over again and establish a trust between your employers, you gotta have some integrity, right? Don't betray the trust of your employers. Something like that. So I like her principles.
That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
I love the studs on her outfit though.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents.
Ooh, oh, okay. I think she also has Elazar. I think I'm right.
And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to.
Ooh, is that the Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's why she's a very faithful follower of hers.
Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Yeah, it can be offensive. It's like, how much? I can buy you, bitch. I mean, that may work on some some mercenaries, but not on this girl. She's got integrity. She sticks to her principles, right?
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation.
Give me the Mora.
Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
Ooh, why is she holding her tummy? Is she pregnant? Are you pregnant, girl?
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But the music though, it's too sexy.
Putting the cart before the horse.
I don't think it suits the mood of the situation. Wow.
My lady.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often.
Personages,
Be sure
wow.
to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Well, eat whatever you order.
We're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our
Ooh.
signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
Coconut charcoal cakes. It's got charcoal in it, so it must be like, oh, this is going to detox you. It's very like there's some health claims there. Let's get one. Let's have some.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
What? Picky Paimon? Now that's a first. But you've cooked slimes before. What's up? What's up with that? How come you're choosy now?
Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know.
So I'm just gonna put charcoal in food.
Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal
sleep
voice spoke
paralysis.
in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry. Who are you? How do you know my name?
See, I love this. They show us. Oh, this is not like a scene, right? It's just a picture, but at least show us visually the story that is being told.
How
A back
do I
a
explain
backstory.
this?
No, a memory, right?
You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not really. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen.
I want to get cured, something like that.
Can you make my illness go away?
See, that's what I said.
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
What? So, if she's the Archon and she's not powerful enough to cure that, is the illness caused by another divine power as well? or something like that. I don't know.
Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Tevat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tevat.
Ooh, that's interesting. Never heard of Tevat. Were you that isolated, or was just information restricted from you? You're not allowed to learn about Tevat. Huh?
Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zerus festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zerus festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal, but because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival.
Ooh. Academia plus one more point to being sus.
The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zerus festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Aw, but that's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zerus festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Nilu. It's not Nilo. Nilu. And Dea is Dia. Okay.
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her
Oops.
arms.
The light turned off. They turned off the lights. Like, we're closing now.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
Can we also come along?
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I mean, we'd also be interested in Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, but she dead. Hello. Ooh, recipes. Shawarma. Ooh, that's the name of that thing outside. Shawarma. Jafar. Wow. Remember Jafar? This is him now. Even researchers should have a life that's their own. I am. Unfortunately. What is fortunate, however, is that I understand one thing better than the rest of my colleagues. Research isn't the end all and be all of life. If you slog away at work all day, you'll get left behind in life, no matter how brilliant your research is. So, you've got to engage more with the people around you. Some drinking and chatting is the way to keep well, physically and mentally, even if the price you pay is doing twice the work in the evenings. But you see, students are always coming to the office during the day to ask this and that, so I might as well do my research at night to get some peace and quiet. I know. But I just can't see myself spending my whole life on research. It's fine. I'll try to drink more milk and sleep better. The same goes for you. It is. True though. You shouldn't just focus on your work. You know? Have a life besides your work. Right? This one. It's called shawarma. Welcome. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. You have a sharp eye. I'm from Liyue and currently working here part-time while I prepare for an exam. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved watching the ships come in and out of Liyue Harbor and seeing how they dock and load and unload their cargo. Over time, I grew fascinated with all sorts of ships. I'm hoping I can go to the academia for further technical training. When I'm not working, I'll discuss questions I have about ships with the researchers and students I've met at work. At first, I felt bad about bothering them during their free time. I didn't realize how much the academia students enjoyed talking with me. There's an old expression in Liyue that says it best. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll definitely pass the academia exam. Wish you luck, girl. All the best. Ooh, look at her. Look at that outfit.
I'm late, Milu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so long that I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end.
I love her design though.
Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land?
We're not actually followers, right? We just want to meet her. It'd be lying, right, if I say yes. Truthfully, no.
Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the Sabzerus Festival. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular. Thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
Ooh. Bazaar. Let me just get some. Hello, sir. Jute. A spice merchant. Hello. Looking to buy some spices? I'm a spice merchant. I mainly provide locals with spices for their daily needs, but I also sell some spiced up side dishes. Some researchers even come personally to gather the spices. I even got a source for rare Padisaras through a friend in the Eremites. Come to me if you need some. You flatter me. It's just that I often sent gifts to my guests when I first started out, so they were willing to tell others about my store to help my business. Business is all about treating people with sincerity, you know. Is this your first time here? Here, take these. I hope they can bring a different flavor to your table. Oh, look at him. I like his business style. He's like treating people with kindness, and people are just willing to talk about his shop. You know, put a good word out. Biryani. What is this? Tachin. Ooh, this looks like a good health item. Can I cook that one? I'm just going to buy all the spices. I think this one is going to be a very common ingredient for most recipes here, so I'm just gonna buy. Hu Shang sounds like a Liwa name. If only I could break into the Liwa market. It's about the toy trade. I hear that toys from Shnezhnaya sell very well. Is a child selling toys there? And now I'm feeling some regret. If I could have seized the opportunity to bring my handmade toys to Liwa, they'd definitely be more popular now than anything from Shnezhnaya. What could a frigid place like that know about a child's heart? Ooh, shots fired! I've got some fine goods and intriguing stories for my guests, if you're interested. Let's hear it. The flowers stand proudly on the top of the hills in Liwa, fluttering in the chilly wind up high. It's every bit as pale as the hair of the goddess who touched it. Is he talking about... what was her name again? The god of dust? Guizhong. Extraordinary as it is, it sells for only 80,000 mora. A jar of wine outlasting the years that was graced by the animal gods humming? Huh? How did Venti come into the picture? Drink it, and you can chant melodious poems. Stupendous as it is, it sells for 200,000 mora. Oh, he was trying to sell me stuff. Sounds like you don't believe me. Why don't you take this and contemplate? No matter, it is but a souvenir from my extensive collection. I thought he was telling me a story. He was trying to sell me up on stuff. Oh, these are just artifacts. I mean, I don't need them. I might need them, but I kind of don't. Shiver me. More wine and meat free you from worries. Of course, you can't drink too much or you'll make a fool of yourself. Make a fool of myself? That's right. Now, don't tell anyone, but this happened a few days ago. 2 groups of researchers were drinking in the tavern and they ended up fighting. You know, those researchers are usually so reserved and polite, even eating roast meat with small bites. But they can also really go at it, huh? I think it was a fight over who was the best candidate for the Grand Conservator position. They started arguing, and then fists flew. Soon the Matra came and took them all away. Looks like no matter how well read you are, you still succumb to a few glasses of alcohol, eh? I own a stall here selling drinks, snacks, and stuff like that. My food is reasonably priced, a popular choice for student meals, welcome parties, and team building alike. And I even got the Mahamada among my clients too. One bought a whole case of wine. I actually have no idea what he does, but folks say he's a Mahamada. He was tall and looked like a guy who could hold his drink. But I couldn't tell if he bought the wine for himself or for someone else. I remember him murmuring something like, 1K should be enough for an apology, as he carried the wine. Say, maybe he wanted to get someone drunk so that they'll forget his mistakes? Who is that person, though? Hey, kid. Ooh, look at his outfit. Hi there. Are you a traveler here to shop at the Grand Bazaar? I suggest you go to Jute's shop. Why is that? In Sumeru, spices are a must-buy. Oh, I just bought some. And Jute's is the best spice store you can find around. Not only is the quality high, but the prices are very reasonable. He even sells the rare Parisara. He also gives customers small gifts on occasion, so you definitely don't want to miss his store when you come to the Grand Bazaar. I wonder if my friends from when I was young are doing alright now. I wasn't an energetic and tireless adventurer in my youth. I may have gotten myself into my fair share of trouble, but that's also how I made friends. I remember the lad Roald. Did we encounter this name before? Would lose things all over the place. I once lent him shoes, notebooks, and a mountaineering pickaxe. Before he lost them all, that is. And there was that chatterbox Cyrus? A branch master Cyrus? You mean to tell me you're of the same age group as Cyrus? Damn, aging hasn't been kind to you, sir. I hear he's the branch... Yeah! That is Cyrus, the branch master of the Adventurers Guild in Mondstadt. The daddy. Oh, so he was way younger. Wait, why are people disappearing on me? So he was way older than Cyrus, but they were like friends. I see. Ooh, girl. Damn, they give the NPC moves. Look at that. Look at her. Go, girl. Go. Go, girl. What's her name, though? How come there's no music right now? We could benefit for some music. Man, can we just wait for the music to come around? There's no music. The music turned off. Look at her. Left, right, body rolls. And then swirl, right? I can learn this dance. Left, right, body rolls. And then turn around. And then strike a pose. Ah, I love it.
Wow! This place is amazing!
Not bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero's festival anymore.
I mean, that's kind of true. Even in real life, like people from science and engineering and math, they look at the liberal arts and like, liberal arts? But arts are important as well, you know.
Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing.
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance at the Sub-Zeros festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance.
Wait, so there's plenty of gods?
As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful padisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times.
Ooh. See, this is my main question about the Archon War. Why were the gods fighting with each other? Like, I don't think it's just about territory or what. Just, they make it seem like the Archons were fighting over territory, right? And then only 7 remained and presided over a portion of Tivat. I don't know, so maybe some Archons were at war and some Archons got along with each other. Maybe that's that.
Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked.
Ooh. Looking cool.
Though we're just tiny people compared to the Divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered Padisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Wait, so all of the Padisaras that we see are not real? They're fake? They're plastic?
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth Padisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers, but she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just 2 real Padisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sub-Zeros festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong
She
with
expecting
enjoying the festival.
there to be food.
Besides, it's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday! She'll be happy to have more people who are celebrating it.
And when there's celebration, there's gotta be food. And Paimon's like, yes, I'll be there.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area.
Oh, we just did.
Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sub-Zeros festival.
In that case, we'll take a look around.
Ooh, oh, so we need to talk to people. Taher? Is doing business really all that great? Perhaps. I don't get what the point of selling this useless gaudy stuff is. Maybe that's because I'm Pumpkin from the desert. Besides, these city folks doing business don't look too happy to me either. 9 out of 10 people who come out of the exchange look miserable, and the 10th will be bawling their eyes out. I also hear that there are students who think they can make it big by learning a few things. They come to try their luck, but end up forking over a year's worth of living expenses. Ugh, don't be like them. Well, there are a lot of success stories in business as well, so you know. I mean, you can't get rich by just being employed, so...
Ah, dancing at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Voice acting.
You know,
Yes.
I also danced when I was younger.
Ooh, go girl, go granny.
As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the goddess of flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too. The Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life.
Oh, that's
I
Junior
heard
Zad.
she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Oh, so she's the major sponsor of this event. Farhad.
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the Academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
Recent performance schedule, regular performance, The Merchant of Ormuz, written by Sheikh Zubair. Special performance tonight, The Legend of the Knight of Flowers, leading actress Nilu. More exciting performances scheduled this week. Come enjoy our amazing shows. This show has been approved by the Academia, but further improvements must be made in the allotted times in the allotted time before a second review to further reinforce the theme of wisdom. Okay, nothing interesting in the board. At least for me. Woo! Swoof! Arf! Oh. Arf! 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 Did a dog just sing?
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny?
What?
Are you an outlander?
Girl, this outfit looks fabulous. Why are people looking at the traveler's outfit and think, oh, your outfit is funny? Bitch, there are more outrageous outfits in this world. My outfit is not odd. Like you've never seen a crop top before, kid.
Did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. But the best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone.
Candy? Oh, so that's what you're here for.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the Academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere.
Perfume?
The
It
fragrances are
says
longer
face
lasting,
powder.
gentler on your skin, and I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Oh! Is she also girly? She's looking like this. We're looking really tough and cool. But she also has a girly side. Ooh! But wouldn't you be a hydro person if that's the case? What is this? Ooh, that's a big jar. Big ass jar. Dang. When will I be able to see Nilu perform again? Let me tell you, Zubair Theater's Nilu is the best dancer ever. Many may be able to dance beautifully, but Nilu is unique in the way she infuses emotion into their dance. It took me a long time to snap out of such a feeling after watching her performance. It's so... That feeling? Just like water. I mean, pure water can be shaped into different forms, boiled or frozen. If I weren't assigned as a guard here, I would like to watch her perform every day. Sounds like a... Ooh, thanks for that, girl. Great work I've done today. This isn't pride talking. It is a fact. At such a young age, I'm already so capable. I can support myself. I work for Mr. Suleika. Or for Miss Suleika. Excuse me, girl? What? Oh my god, a lot of people are just disappearing on me. Oh my god. Wasn't there a character in the animated Sumeru trailer that just disappeared? Oh my god. I do the daily registration every day and get my pay at the end of the day. If I keep doing this, I'll get paid for life and I can eat Uncle Lombad's fish rolls every day. I could eat them every day. You tell me if they're good or not. Try them yourself if you don't believe me. Lombad's original fish roll will knock your socks off. Oh my god, the music's back on. Let's go dance. Here's the song. Woo, girl! Yes! Na 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 na. Woo! Why is she the only dancing NPC though? There should be more. Huh? Even after doing the calculations twice, I'm still coming up a little short. Yes, I'm a logistics buyer for the academia. I mainly purchase things like spices and blankets. I said I'm a buyer, but the reality is that most of my time working is spent on calculating prices and applying for budgets. That's right. After all, researchers, students, and other staff all need to sleep and eat. The academia may have a handle on knowledge, but they still depend on the people for production and need to purchase daily supplies from private sectors on a regular basis. However, the academia also provides everyone with free healthcare, imparts knowledge through the Akasha terminal, and supports the costs of holding necessary festival celebrations. What? This is the Miss Suleika he's talking about? This is just a kid. There's nothing wrong with loving money as long as you don't hurt anyone in the process of acquiring it. This much I understand. So, my customers don't need to worry about a thing when shopping here. I'm not just one of the best woolly blanket sellers. I'm the best blanket seller. Not only blankets, I will be the top sales, be it toys, jewelry, or kitchenwares. Oh, but perhaps not books. This is Sumeru after all. Why not? Yep, no books. I'm a law-abiding citizen, so even if smuggling knowledge could make me rich, I still wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. After all, you can't keep making money when you're pushing up daisies. Besides, making money is easy. Even with half my talent, you should still be able to make as much as the Homayanis. If the academia could have made an argument to get me to enroll that was half as convincing as my own sales pitch, I wouldn't have turned them down on the spot back then. Oh, is she supposed to be old and she just looks like a girl, little girl? That's interesting though. You can't sell books here? Dang, that's how they manage, quote unquote, manage knowledge in this nation.
It's far less fun than making money.
A lot of people would agree. But you know me, I like to study. I value education. But I also would like to make money, you know? They're not mutually exclusive. You can study to make more money. Ooh, so this is Sheikh Zubair. Hi, hello. Hello, if you're here for an interview, I'll have to refuse. What? Interview for what? I'm not applying for anything? I'm a playwright and manager. I run the Zubair Theater in this tree hollow. In addition, I also do some composing, choreography, stage design, and action direction. Ooh. It's a small troupe. Pretty much everyone other than Kurosh wears several hats. So if it isn't about anything important, I'll have to ask that you not bother the staff here, including myself. Him? He's a man of mediocre talent. His movements on stage are stiff, and his singing is less in tune than Swoop's. What? Isn't Swoop a dog? Damn, that's some insult. Oh, maybe Swoop has really good talent, so, you know, maybe it's not too bad to be compared to him. His only strength is his determination. To this day, he still hasn't given up his job as an actor. I'm a person with high standards, but I don't give up on persistent students. As long as he can still accept criticism, I'll continue to instruct him. After all, I can't expect everyone to be as gifted as Nilu. Ooh. Ah, that reminds me. I still have more to discuss with him regarding the lines of the new script. Man, so strict.
In work as on the stage, one must act with gumption.
No wonder a lot of theater people have some sort of like self-esteem issues. Hello, it isn't showtime right now, and it's messy around here. Please mind your head and feet. I'm a prop engineer for Zubair Theater. Other than designing and making props, I also maintain the venue. Mr. Zubair is very strict about every aspect of a performance, so I always worry that I'm not good enough. See, even she, a props engineer, has self-esteem issues. Are the props attractive enough? Is every detail the best it can be? Do the mechanisms operate smoothly? I think hard about these things daily. Sometimes it's enough for me to get the urge to join Kasharawar. I think that's how it says. Kasharawar. Some Kasharawar regulars are on good terms with me as well. But then, I'd give that up. It's not as if I was building a real palace or anything. If only I could be as open-minded as you are. Maybe it all comes down to the fact that I'm so attached to this theater, and that I have certain demands on myself. Anyway, thank you for comforting me. Here are some leftover rocks from what we made the props with. They're quality rocks. Please take them. Ooh, crystal chunk. Ooh, why is he sad? Ooh, that hat though. It looks like an upside down pot, but it's a style. Oh, this is Kurosh. Kurosh. He's a juggler. The manager scolded me again today. Not really, but I'm used to it. It's practice. Lessons from Mr. Sheikh Zubair, then more practice. Rinse and repeat. I thought about giving up, but then I remembered how, despite all his criticisms, Mr. Zubair never told me to quit. That means there's still hope for me, right? But have I made any progress? Damn. Maybe he means well, but, you know, just doesn't know how to give proper criticisms. Like, you can give criticisms, but you can also, like, say them in a manner that he would be encouraged more. Dunyarzad.
Your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Ooh, girl.
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off that crown over there. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head.
Oh, so that's
so this
why.
crown was made to reflect that. Dunyazad, you look absolutely stunning with it on.
She isn't wearing it though.
It's like I'm looking at the goddess of flowers herself.
Aw. They could have just shown us that she wore it.
Hey, is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine.
Oh, a Catherine spotted out in the wild? That's the first time, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, look at her. She also has an Akasha terminal though.
Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
What shaken? No Ad Astra Abyssosky. This is not Catherine. This is an imposter.
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Teyvat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his sister.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies.
True.
Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
Look at her. She looked fabulous.
There's something really different about Catherine today.
She sounded human. Right? She doesn't sound like a robot.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious? We'd love that.
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Regzar and wait for Dia.